It's approaching 1:30 p.m. on the afternoon of Saturday, July 30th, 2016. This is Calvin Castine. We're in beautiful downtown Rouses Point on the shores of Lake Champlain. And we're starting what we hope will be a little three-part series that we're doing this weekend. As we look over to the traffic coming down by St. Patrick's Church on Lake Street near Gaines Marina. A little three-part series that we're going to call Last Weekend in July. And one of the things that folks in and around Rouses Point have been doing on the last weekend in July for the past 50 years or so is heading for the state dock. The Rouses Point Sportsman's Club State Dock and the annual Sportsman's Club Barbecue. And we're not there yet. We're over near the area where the former state dock used to be. If you came here 50 years ago, you'd see a whole lot of area teenagers enjoying the lake right here. But the state dock fell into disrepair over the years, and a few years back with some aid from the government, the Montgomery Street pier was put in, but the old state dock is still very visible and not necessarily the most attractive thing for the people visiting the pier to look at, but it's there. The rest of the lake looks fine. The sailboats are out there. The remnants of the Rutland Railroad Bridge can still be seen. If you were here 60 years ago, you would have seen the Rutland Railroad crossing that bridge. That bridge was there for 100 years or so. But in 1962, the last train came through and the Rutland was no more. So we're going to head a little bit closer to the Sportsman's Pier. As we said, part one of what we hope will be a 2 or 3 part look at the last weekend in July 2016. Parking is at a premium today in Rouses Point. As we approach the Sportsman's Pier, we look at a historic marker of sorts, the roadside marker, and we see the old look at what this Sportsman's Pier looked like. The Steamboat Hotel was formerly on this pier back in the mid-1800s, part of that Rutland Railroad experience. And from what I've been told by historian Peg Barcombe, the trains would actually come in right underneath that Steamboat Hotel, and a lot of boats would pull up there, and folks would I got to stop and wave to folks as they come by here. Folks would disembark from the boats or get on the train, and so it was once here at the end of the Sportsman's Pier, but it's long gone. And it was, according to this little roadside marker here, an important underground railroad depot. So we're going to head inside, or actually continue to be outside. Temperature, by the way, is in the mid to upper 70s. It's a very pleasant day in the North Country, and I can't think of a better place to spend it on this Saturday afternoon than right here at the Sportsman's Club Barbecue. We checked with the people selling the barbecue tickets on the way in. They said they've already halfway sold out, so it'll be another successful afternoon here for the Rouses Point Sportsman's Club Barbecue folks. And of course that goes to help finance the Sportsman's Club. They've owned this pier for a long time. I would guess 50 years or more. If my buddy Joe Quinlan shows up today, we'll probably chat with him a bit, maybe even get him on camera, because his father was a lawyer here in town and a member of the Sportsman's Club. And of course, whenever you're incorporating, it's handy to have a lawyer as a member. You can get a lot of your legal work done pro bono, as they say. One of the dangers, though, that comes to this here is you're going to run into people you haven't seen in years, and if you're like me trying to get some recording done, you got to kind of record between chats with folks. Rose and Sunshine will be playing here under the chuck wagon over there. Mark Miro's already told us he'll have a few guest entertainers coming up, so I'm not sure how long we will be here. My bride is waiting at home for my return, and we got some work being done at our house on this Saturday afternoon, but we did want to make sure to come here. Once again, as part of what we hope will be a three-part look at the last weekend in July of 2016 in the North Country. I was asking where I could find, don't move around on that camera, it's on a tripod. This guy's got wiggling, there we go. I just got a wiggling Elvis Presley 2 days ago, so I don't need you dancing all over. I asked where I could find the president, and they said the best looking guy here is the president.
Well, I don't know about that. But.
So do you know where he is?
I haven't seen him, actually.
Cody O'Brien, the president of the Sportsman's Club. That's quite an honor.
It is. It's turned out to be more work than what I thought it was going to be, but things are looking up. We have a beautiful day. It's our 55th annual barbecue. The normal 450 chicken dinners, 6 bushels of clams, cold beer, hot dogs, hamburgers, live entertainment. So we lucked out. It's a beautiful sunny day, and
temperature in the mid to upper 70s. You got a little breeze coming off the lake, so it's not too hot. It's the type of day where people are going to stick around.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for any better weather than this. So,
so I think it was Casey was Bob Casey.
Yeah, last. Rob Casey was the president for the last 3 years. A few people approached me back in, I believe, November, asking if I would be interested, and we kind of got a few new board members. Our vice president is Holly Coupel, the treasurer is Melissa Baker, and our secretary is Lisa Turner. We got a good core group of board members, but we got a lot of other people that really play a big part. And it might not seem like a huge organization, but as you know, there's always a lot of things that people don't realize that need to be taken care of.
Well, and this whole pier is going to be taken care of.
We're lucky to have a good group of people in charge right now.
Okay. So 55 years ago, I don't know if your father was even born 55 years ago.
Barely. He was about 3 years old. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I was interested in getting back involved. I mean, my grandfather was one of the founding members, and my father was president here for about 15 years.
Michael Bryan?
Yep, my father's Michael Bryan, and it's kind of a family tradition to be involved with the Sportsman's Club. And I live in town. I'm a supervisor for the village, so it's kind of near and dear to my heart.
It's not too far away from where you spend your working hours.
No, not far at all. A few hundred yards.
So what does it take to become a member of the Sportsman's Club in Rouses Point?
For $15 for an individual or $20 for a family, you can have access to the pier anytime throughout the year, unless we have a private party booked, which is only about 6 or 8 days a year. Memberships are available. If somebody's here, we have them here. All the board members usually carry them with them. You can also buy them at the Last Resort, the American Legion, and Cornerstone Drug.
Okay.
And that's available anytime. So the local businesses really give us a hand with not only memberships, but when we have our raffles throughout the year, they'll sell tickets for us, and they're a big help as well.
Well, I know years ago the place to buy your membership was at Pete the Barber's, but
now
Pete's
no longer there now, but so
Pete LaFontaine, one of the, he was very active in this club and so many other things when it came to outdoor sports. He was
absolutely
just a very good sportsman.
Yeah, and once you become a member, you can book the pier for a private party any time of the year. I mean, obviously summer is the more popular one, but it's $100 for the day. We have the 2 tents you see in the background. You can rent one of those for $250 or both of them for $400 if you give us a few bodies to help put them up for you. And it's a beautiful spot for a graduation party, or we do have weddings, class reunions. So we're always looking to generate any source of income that we can. So,
what's your membership right now, roughly?
I believe we're just over 200 people right now, which is up from past years.
And you wouldn't mind having 400, right?
We wouldn't mind having 1,000.
Okay, well, maybe there's a few people out there who said I've always wanted to do this, so they can go to any one of those local businesses. And how about your board of directors? How does that happen? Do you have an annual meeting? Or?
Usually in November we have meetings the third Thursday of every month at 6 o'clock.
Anybody who buys the membership?
Any member can come to the meetings, cast their opinion, vote. Generally in November we do a nominating session, and then in December is the actual vote, and the new board or whoever takes over January 1st.
I imagine you have to run against 4 or 5 other people to become president.
Not really. It's amazing how many people always say, oh, I'll be there, but it's when it comes to volunteer, I mean, all the organizations around here struggle with it, so actually not really.
Now, it's the 55th annual barbecue. How long? I know, talking with Joe Quinlan last year, his father was involved. Yep. He was a lawyer here in town. His father was involved, Bill Quinlan, I think his name was, in establishing this. And when you establish a non-profit entity like this, having a lawyer as part of your membership is a big asset.
There's a lot of legal paperwork. And
when did that happen? Do you know roughly?
I believe that was 1956. So that would have been about
60 years ago.
Yes. Yeah, it would have been about 5 years beforehand. Before the first barbecue.
Yeah,
so
56 to 60 years ago.
The property was bought from the Rutland Railroad. So I don't know what the figures were back then, but as the Rutland Railroad declined, I imagine they were probably just looking to sell off anything they could. And we were lucky enough to be able to buy this beautiful piece of property. And in my opinion, it's, as far as I've seen, the nicest property on Lake Champlain. So
yeah, it's certainly a desirable place to have something.
Absolutely.
I think we got a band playing in the back.
We do. We have Frozen Sunshine playing today from 2 to 7. Actually, one of the band members, Tommy Marnes, his father Milo was one of the founding members here too, and they approached us in the wintertime and said, we played every event in the North Country and we've never played the barbecue, and so we booked them for this year, and it's actually the first time I've ever heard them, but I've heard nothing but good things. So,
well, Milo Marnes, when I used to come here in the 70s and so on, he and I would always have a can throwing contest, and whoever missed throwing it into the barrel had to buy the next soda.
Sodas, huh?
Yeah. So Milo Marnes I knew very well.
Yep.
With Tommy, and I graduated with Tommy's sister.
Yep. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and we hold the barbecue. It's always the last Saturday in July. So anybody out there that doesn't know or has never been, it's a good time, and it's a good family event.
And they're looking for members also that can come here and help out. This doesn't happen by itself.
No, absolutely. Like everything else, a lot of the members that are contributing, I mean, they're getting older and older, and that's one of the reasons why I got approached, is to try to get some younger blood in. So we're definitely always looking for newer, younger members.
Okay, anything else, Cody, that you think we ought to know?
I don't think so. One last thing, I'd just like to thank, there's way too many, but all the local businesses who donated to our raffles. I mean, we have over 50 raffle prizes that were all donated from local businesses, and it's greatly appreciated. So I encourage anybody out there watching to keep your business local and support local businesses.
Okay, thanks, Cody.
Thanks, Calvin.
Yeah. Joe Quinlan, come on over here. Yeah, we gotta come on over here. Now back, we get this guy back on camera here. I'm pulling my camera sideways. It's on, Joe. Back 52 years ago, this guy and I graduated from St. Mary's together. Bill, Joe, we're just talking about your father in the Sportsman Club.
Yeah. He did the legal work to get it going.
That was,
plus the American Legion, plus the VFW. He did the legal work.
So he did for the American Legion, for the VFW,
and then this.
And then this. So, and I'm sure it was all gratis, it was all free.
Probably. He did pretty much everything that way.
Well, I know you've come up from the Albany area it's kind of an annual trip for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's my bride right there, and she won't come over and see me.
She ran away. Over. How we doing, Bride?
Great. What a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful spot.
It's always like this in Rouses Point, year round.
I don't think I could agree with with you. I've been up this way at other times. Yes.
This is Mary Rita Dobio. This is my dad. And this is Calvin
You gotta
Castro.
say Mary Rita every time, or one?
Yep, nope.
Say every time, Mary Rita.
Yep.
Like if I said Mary, you won't respond.
Probably not.
Okay.
MRD. Call her MRD.
Yeah.
Okay. Now another one of our graduates, Donna Marnes, her brother is the drummer up there, Tommy Marnes.
Yeah, I know. I saw him last year. Oh, God.
I'll let you guys grab a seat and maybe I'll come over and chat with you a little bit later.
All right, good. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, we're at the Sportsman Club Barbecue. Frozen Sunshine is providing entertainment. And as Mark Merrill mentioned to me earlier, that it's going to include some visitors, so we'll try to get a little bit of this before the day is over here on July 30th.
She loves him in spite of his ways. She don't understand. With teardrops and laughter, they'll pass through this world hand in hand. That good-hearted woman, Lord, and that good time of man.
was busy chatting during the first part of that song, but it was too good to not pick up and record at least that final minute or so.
Is anybody hot?
Frozen Sunshine.
We are.
Now approaching 3:15, actually a minute or so after 3:15 on this Saturday. I spent almost 2 hours here. Only got 20 minutes of video. I spend most of the time chatting off camera. So we're going to call it a day, and we'll pick up this tomorrow on our look at the last weekend in July in the North Country.